We've had some really interesting discussions at JOC Inland Distribution this year. I think, one of the big things we've heard about is how technology is transforming transportation and distribution. Shelley Simpson, the Executive Vice President of J.B. Hunt Transport Services, gave a keynote speech where she spoke about what J.B. Hunt sees as a revolution, not an evolution, in transportation and logistics because of technology and because of customer demands. And this is a really fascinating area for me because I've covered trucking for a long time. We've seen a lot of change since the 1980s through 2020 in trucking. I think we're going to see even more in the next 10 years as the Amazon era, the constant demand for faster service, for new types of information and access to data, transparency and visibility, all these things we've been talking about for a long time, technology is going to make them actually happen. And when that happens, we're going to see opportunities to change processes, to change the way carriers and shippers relate to one another. A lot of that means sharing of data and being able to see data and analyze it and then make decisions and take actions based on it, which will change how transportation works. There are a lot of obstacles to that, though, and we also heard about those here too, because as we're talking about large strategic issues like visibility and transparency, we're also talking about how freight moves across the city of Chicago. And we've had speakers talk about the difficulties of urban planning in Chicago, and we've had people talking in a roundtable in the think tank here about just how difficult it is to get chassis or to know where the backhaul is when you're coming back from the other side of Chicago, or to know where the freight is when the tractor trailer is stuck in traffic and can't get to where it needs to be. So trust is an issue that's come up quite a lot. And how do we build better trust between the shipper, the carrier, the broker, all the parties involved in transportation? And if we can't build that trust, then having that kind of platform that we discussed earlier in the day where all the data is there and people have clear visibility of where things are moving to and what they cost, that's going to be hard to realize. So obviously we have these great overviews of what can happen, what we can do, and we also have some insight into the obstacles that make that difficult for us.